This is Michael Pratt. Basically, I'm doing a run about the new place that we actually renting out. We got like a monthly type contract, or I would say monthly lease, you want to say, in which we pay every month. We're not binded by no yearly or anything. But basically, I'm making this because our landlord came the other day, which is a day earlier than on our actual contract. Or let me show you actually what first he gave us before we told him we had to actually get a real actual lease contract to get things switched over to our name and get the water turned on. So basically, this is what he first gave us when we moved in. Basically, I want to show you the place. Really, we shouldn't actually have been in the place already around this time frame because it's not really complete, you know. Stuff is not really supposed to be movable, you know. He put this in. This was what's holding us up because we tried getting a month earlier, and he kept saying, "Oh, there's no window unit in, you know, because the place cut off the central AC." So there's no central in here no more. It says this that powers the whole place. So once he put it in, you know, that same day we moved in. So the living room is like not that bad. As you can tell, there's no blinds, which is kind of crazy because, you know, this is like it's a house, but you know what I'm saying, this has 2 bedrooms here. On the other side of the house is 2 bedrooms. And then there's a basement that counts as 2 bedrooms. On the other side, all the windows got blinds. We don't. As you can tell, we hooked paper on top of it. You know, when we first came in, the living room looked good, you know. This is what he really showed the most was the living room. You have to excuse the kind of mess because we got everything still moving in. The kitchen was kind of half and half, you know. Everything looked somewhat decent when he came in here. But then we found out there's others. He got 2 refrigerators here, and he was, of course, saying just figure out which one works the best. He was saying this one works a little bit better, but I concur. I hooked this one up, and it works a little bit better. As you can tell, they're dirty as hell. We haven't cleaned them out. We just, you know, put certain food in here just to, you know, keep it in there. We got a couple drinks in there. You know, I got Mickey D bag down there. You know, but the inside's still dirty. We haven't cleaned it out. You know, but it works. I prefer this one, and basically he told us to take this one outside. But why do you have 2 refrigerators in the beginning with, you know? Some plywood he told us to hook up on the windows. This the outside. That's the lock right there. That's the only thing that's holding this door really from anything. It still probably, you know, be kicked in, but so far we ain't had no trespassers or nothing. The cabinets. And it's kind of hard here because what they've done is they painted everything while everything was closed. So these cabinet things hard to open up because as you can tell, they were painted while closed. See, this one's hard to open up. And these don't open. These are painted shut. Now I have to actually take a knife to get into the middle to crack it open. But everything was like hard as hell to open up because like I said, why would you paint with the damn cabinet's door closed? That makes no sense. Got a couple food items. Like I said, not much, but enough to make it through. Once again, why would you paint the sockets? As you can tell, you can tell he went through and opened up that one, but this one is basically useless. I basically try to plug something in, and guess what? This socket don't work at all. So basically, I couldn't even use the microwave. I had to, guess what? Put the microwave on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Of course, that's garbage. I'm gonna put garbage out, you know, on Friday. So we got the microwave on the floor. Now here's something that really irks me as well. You know he ain't supposed to let us in here with the windows like this. Plywood, you know what I'm saying? They have cracks, as you can tell. When it rains, it drips. And this is where it drips to. You can see it dries into it. You know, at first I thought maybe, you know, you turn the sink on that it rised on it. It was like maybe leak some. That's just rainwater. And of course we had a storm the other day. I don't know if you can see it, but just there's a puddle. You know, just discolored right there, cause there's a puddle. I'm gonna have to like sink that, you know, get a towel. There's still that puddle there. You know, you ain't supposed to let no tenants move in like this. You're supposed to have all this fixed up, you know. The landlord is a contractor to begin with. He fixes places, you know. Right now he's at Fort Gordon fixing up barracks and whatnot, you know, or whatever needs to be done. The hallway was like supposed to be nice. Like I said, whatever had the carpet looks good. But at the same time, you can tell nobody been here for a couple years, because a couple days later, yes, you can tell it starts shedding like a poodle. You know, I basically had to get a vacuum cleaner, but it's gonna be hard because our money constantly goes to the bills and whatnot. As you can tell, Comcast came in here. They couldn't even do what they needed to do because, you know, you had to get a signed letter from the owner just to drill through the walls. We had a cable here, but it was sheared. The Comcast guy wouldn't even basically take it out because you gotta go to the basement, you know. And like I said, we try and avoid possible with this landlord because he always got something to say. You know, talking about something, oh, it's something with y'all all the time. Well, look where you moved us into. This, oh, there's something going on here. So basically, we had to get an extended cable because there was a live cable in my room. As you can tell, he had it basically sheared over to the other room, so my roommate can have cable as well. Comcast ain't really supposed to do this. You know, I can't even close my door because, like I said, I got the cable running. You know what I'm saying? That's the modem. You have to excuse my room because, like I said, I still got everything here I'm sorting through. I got a closet I'm putting most of this stuff in. The window looks good. Like I said, the living room and my room are the only two best rooms in the place. I put boards up against the window because I don't want people looking in. You know, seeing what we got is. You can tell right here, this was another thing we had to agree before we moved in, because we saw the place like 2 weeks before we moved in, or what's every time frame. A hornet's nest. We asked the landlord, please remove these hornet nests and wasp nests before we moved in. He didn't do it. And I said, my room is like the nicest compared to the living room when we first moved in. That was the first two things he really wanted to show off, you know. Oh, and to let you know, my light don't work. Whatever up there you need an electrician to fix, because the light don't work. There's a new bulb in there. You know, I just put the glass thing on the floor. That don't work. I'm gonna have to get a lamp. That socket work. Only the top socket work because, as you can see right there, dummies painted the bottom socket, and I couldn't see it that well. I tried to force the plug in, so that way I moved some of the paint inwards. I had to basically remove the outside panel so I can actually go ahead and try. But actually, you know, even if I do that, I can't, because I probably electrocute myself, because that's the actual plug itself. So that plug is useless. And of course, this is my roommate's room. It was pretty awful in here when we first got in here. You know, he cleaned up a bit, as you can tell. Another plywood window. And as you can tell, yes, and these things have like openings. We had a duct tape, but like I said, duct tape don't do everything. Roly-polies right there. Bugs and everything just come through, you know. And like I said, we had paint, actually taped up because wasps constantly came here. When we first got shown the place, there was about 10 wasps flying into the place. You know, he said he was going to handle that. He didn't. You can tell there's a nest right there. A nest up there. This one was a broken nest. You know, this is closet. And you can't see it that well, you know what I'm saying, because the door is closed. But there's nests up there too. Wasps and hornets made homes here, you know. They're abandoned right now, but like I said, all this should have been done, you know what I'm saying? There's busted up nests down there. There's still a nest right there. You know, you can't let tenants move into a place like this. You know, at least his light works. Mine don't. At nighttime, it's hell. You know, at least the living room. I complained when I first got here. I was like, the light don't work here. And he was like, okay, I'm gonna get my electrician buddy to go ahead and fix that. So we got the light to work here. So we don't know what the hell this one's for. It doesn't do nothing. So this was the laundry room. And basically we went ahead and put just the best we could do because we got a short vent. When we asked him about the vent, he said, oh, we must have went ahead and closed that one up. There was no vent area, so basically we had to put it through one of the holes in the window. There was already holes in the window when we got here, so he said as a solution, because he's going to get windows, well, I'm going to get into that in a moment, but in the meantime, just tape them up. As you can tell, this was the main, besides his my roommate's room, the main area for wasps and hornet nests. This laundry room and my roommate's room was the main one that had nothing but wasps and hornets just flying everywhere. And there's nests up here, you know, so I tried my best to like put stuff up here, but there's, as you can tell, nests everywhere. What kind of safety regulation goes here? He tells us to put the vent out the window. There's no hole there, and I don't think he's going to plan on trying to put a hole through it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get to another point about this laundry room in a moment. And of course the last room. We did our best to clean this place. This was the worst room out the whole area. Everything was dirty, filthy. Basically, when we got the water turned on, the sink immediately clogged up. I went ahead and hit it with the plunger. It wouldn't do nothing, but after I heard like a popping noise, it starts slowly going down. We really don't use the sink much because it clogs up. As you can tell, it's still got all that nasty dirt they left out, you know, that comes up. When we turn well, basically I cleaned the toilet. The toilet was filthy. I want to try to get a new toilet seat because I don't know anybody who wants to sit their ass on this. It's dirty, filthy. When we first turned the water on, we had made sure the valves were closed and everything. When we tried to turn the valves on, water shot everywhere. First it seemed like it was filling up, but I mean it was pouring down. And to find out, you know, because we went ahead and called the landlord to come back out, he was mad about it, that he had to come in here when the water got turned on. That he said the 2 bolts were in place correctly. He had to get new bolts and replace it. And basically everything was drenched. I mean the bathroom was flooded. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a sink there's a sinkhole right here. As you can tell, like where my tip and my foot at, it sinks in, like, you see it? If that don't get corrected, whatever's underneath, we're gonna fall through to the basement. This is no longer safe. You know what I'm saying? That's still stuff because we were still cleaning in here, but I mean, like, there's so much you can do in here. The tub was completely filthy. We cleaned it out the best we could, but I mean, it's still, we need stronger stuff to hit that. You know what I'm saying? There's no shower head, it's just this, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how I'm gonna do my hair, you know, in the tub. I'm scared to put my ass in the tub, you know. I've been going over to my dad's house or whatnot to, you know what I'm saying, wash my ass. As you can tell, another plywood. We tried our best to hold it, but once again, once it rains, it drips. I don't know if you can see the actual drip stain. And it just sinks in. There's the drip stain where it goes down and just colors the everything, you know. The tub, and that started also clogging up. We told the landlord, and here was the answer for the landlord: buy some Drano. and use it. Exact words. Why should I buy Drano and use it? I mean, like, we're the tenants. Everything in here should be able to be used, you know. It ain't got to be in excellent or, you know, brand new condition, but it should be usable. The tub and toilet was not usable when we first got in here. The toilet's not usable. Landlord said he got replaced the chain and that one piece, you know, that pulls the water up, you know, the bobble thing. I can't think what it's called. But he got to replace it because the chain keeps falling out, and you got to check out the handle. If not, you know, the water keeps pouring down and it won't fill correctly, and we're losing money because water is constantly being used. I mean, like, look at the wall. I mean, like, how do you let tenants in here? You know, and I'm trying to think. It was hard at first. I don't know if these plugs work, but I think they work sometimes. And of course, we got at least light in the bathroom. Now, also, when we got the water turned on, we made sure the valves were tightened. Guess what? When we had the water turned on, this whole place flooded quick.